Hey guys, it's Laura. In case you didn't know, my husband Alex and I got to go to Ireland a few weeks ago, and I wanted to share the experience that we had when we went to the Aran Islands. I figured that this would be a fun part of the trip to share and to have documented, so here we are. But I did want to give you a heads up that I'm going to have to do a voiceover for the majority of the video, which, I think it's fine, but it's better than listening to wind blowing directly into the camera microphone. So trust me, you're welcome. Alright, we started off in Galway and took the bus to the ferry, and then the ferry took us to the biggest of the three islands, Inis Mor. And I've heard it pronounced Inishmore, and I'm honestly not 100% sure what it is, and I'm also just not good at pronouncing the Irish language, so please bear with me. I think the entire trip to actually reach the island took about 2 hours, but we finally made it and immediately rented a couple of bikes to ride around for the day. Now you have to keep in mind that I did not grow up riding a bike, and I actually relearned how to ride a bike a few years ago, but it was really over the last year where I started riding my bike more just around the neighborhood, and there's a local park that I'll ride it to, but that's when I really started feeling more confident on a bike, like, okay, I can go out on my own. So being on a bike that I'm not used to, definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm really, really glad I did it.
I'm doing it!
Our first stop was to see the seal colony. Well, at least where you can see the seal colony sometimes. I think we saw maybe 2, but apparently you can see many more, I think later in the afternoon, probably by the time the ferry leaves. So that did us no good. But the terrain was still fun to walk around and explore. Once we got back up to the road to get back on our bikes, we encountered the friendliest horse, and I got to feed it some grass, but it just came right up to me. I had no idea what to do, but it was such a cool experience.
Hi.
Give him some grass. Give him some more. He's hungry.
But then we had a mild bike fiasco.
Well, we got a flat tire.
We're down a bike now. So we're gonna walk it over here. Hopefully it's not too far. And then we're gonna get a replacement. So, fine. You wanna trade bikes?
No, I don't want to trade bikes. Yours is too tall. And it's, well, I guess it's not as tall now. At least at the bottom.
We ended up walking about a half mile to where we could change out Alex's bike. And that happened to be the place where you could pick up the trail to Dun Aengus, which is the prehistoric fort at the edge of a cliff. I think it was from the Bronze Age, and I think it was used for ceremonial purposes. But with the waves below crashing against the cliffs and the incredible view of the island coast, it seems like it would have been an amazing place for ceremonies and that kind of thing.
This doesn't seem to go anywhere, but I like this spot. Okay, we just stopped and had lunch, and now we're gonna go head over to the Wormhole, which I am really looking forward to.
I had thankfully talked to a few people who had been out to the Aran Islands and to Inis or Inishmore before, and they had said that getting to the Wormhole was a bit of an adventure. And boy, were they right. So you can ride your bike only so far, and then it's about a 45-minute walk. The path isn't well marked, and it wasn't exactly intuitive. At least I didn't find it to be intuitive.
Oh. Wait. Where? Oh. I guess. Oh, you know what? This must be the fence we have to hop over.
Is it?
I think so.
Breaking rules. Hopping fences.
I don't think there's a right or wrong way to go. We just have to go that way.
So once we hopped that fence, we didn't head down a trail. It was more like heading in a general direction. All I have to say is thank goodness for Google Maps. The landscape completely changed and it got super, super rocky. It honestly felt like we were on another planet.
Well, we made it to the Wormhole. It's actually really far down, so that might give you an idea. This was such a cool way to come too. I mean, I never would have known this was here. and the trail isn't really marked, and this is what I love about traveling. It doesn't really even feel like I'm on planet Earth right now. There's Alex over there. That'll give you a good idea how big this thing actually is. I thought it would be pretty small. It's not.
So after spending some time exploring and taking in the beauty of the area, because it really was beautiful and just powerful and amazing, so we made our way back to the actual trail and to our bikes.
Well, we found the exit.
It wasn't the entrance that we used, but it'll work.
I think that's the entrance. Somehow we just missed this. But, well, don't mind if I do. Oh, look, and there's an arrow that you probably can't even... Yeah.
When we made it back to our bikes, we noticed just how quiet the area was, and we took a moment of silence. I don't think I've ever heard the world so quiet. There's practically no sound, and it was just surreal and amazing. It was such a special moment, and I just wanted to share it, and I'm really glad I got to experience that. Anyway, we took the long uphill road all the way back to where the ferry dropped us off, and also where we could drop off our bikes. But if you go, I would recommend taking the low road. I think it's a little bit longer distance-wise, but you will not be super miserable by the time you get back. And again, I'm not a super strong bike rider, and I also live in Houston, Texas, where it's completely flat. So hills, me, we're not best friends.
Well, it is the next day. We made it back, and we're sunburnt. I never expected to be sunburnt in Ireland. Alex got, oh my god, you look really red on camera.
I am very red. Am I red?
Look at his neck.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, sorry. I did put sunscreen on first thing in the morning, but I just put it on my face, but also I think wearing a mask, you know, I didn't bring it with me, my bad, but anyway, Aran Islands, absolutely amazing. I want to explore the other two because there are actually 3 islands, but that's gonna have to be for another trip, so I definitely want to come back. 10 out of 10 recommend. Actually, like 12 out of 10 recommend. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!